Koala Cafe.
Hello, welcome to Koala Cafe. My name is Cafe and today I have another academic video for you guys. So I'm going to be sharing how I plan my essays. I'm currently in the last year of A-levels in year 13 in England, and I am studying biology, history and sociology. So two of my subjects, history and sociology, require me to write quite long essays, and in order to revise and prepare for the exams, I like to make extensive essay plans, so I will be sharing with you how I make these plans. First of all, I kind of just wanted to say why I make such extensive plans. So here is like a sample layout of one. I will also insert a clip. But I like to make really long exam plans, and it's basically an essay because I think that it's more productive to have the essay just laid out in nice format with loads of colours, separate, clear, defined paragraphs, so that when I'm coming to maybe write the actual essay, I can think, oh, when I was making this plan, what was this colour and what were my 5 main points, and it's just a lot more inviting to look at when you're going over your notes than just a whole pages of black writing of the actual essay you've written. This question that I have to plan, I will be planning in this video, is evaluate the nature of and sociological explanations for the relationship between the criminal justice system, ethnic minorities and crime. This essay plan template that I have here is an example of a sociology essay, and not all of them, but in sociology we have an item. This is a bit small for an item, but I usually type this up and then print it once it's all written, but I thought I'd print it without it being written for this video and handwriting it for this video, but I don't usually handwrite it. Anyway, item is usually here, and it's just in sociology just a little 3-sentence little paragraph, maybe just introducing the topic and giving you a little starters, little hints of what you could write about in the essay. So I've got a space for an item there. This actual question that I'm doing, because this is my homework essay, we don't actually have an item, so I'm not going to fill that in. And then just there's a quick box for what is your headline answer to the question. Now this is a really important box because the entire way through the essay you need to know what your point of view is on the question. You need to know what your answer is, so you can say, I believe this, this is why I am right, other people believe this, this is why they are wrong. Stick to that opinion and that headline answer the entire way through the question to get high marks. So make sure you fill in this box. I always start with the brainstorm place before I do the headline answer to the question, just because I think it's a good way to just jot down all the potential answers to the question, and then you can go through afterwards and see which one you actually prefer. So I started planning this essay on paper, and then I remembered I had to film this video, so I thought I might as well just get the essay plan thing and do it here. Okay, so brainstorm. So we have structural theories. Ew, that looks kind of gross actually. Marginalization. The next essential part of the essay plan is the introduction, and this is ideally what has to be the best paragraph in your whole essay, because that's the first thing that your examiner is going to read. You need to have a powerful and informative introduction. For this brief background, I'll probably put some statistics like how many ethnic minorities are in prison compared to white people in Britain, and like different statistics like that. And then for the scope, so this bit is really important that you actually write it in your introduction when you're writing the essay, is basically each paragraph that you're going to have, so the general theme of the paragraph. So if I was writing a history essay and it was about reasons for the collapse of the Romanov rule in 1917, I might put war, politics, social causes and economic causes, and that will be the scope, and those are what my paragraphs are going to be about. And then you have to do the line of argument again. In the introduction you need to say right away, this is my opinion, this is what I'm going to be arguing throughout the entire essay, blah 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 blah, this is what's going on. Then I'm going to start with the nature of, so I'm going to say explaining the prison statistics, so these are just the titles. And then mass stereotypes. Can you even see this? Done. And then the third one, I'm not actually sure yet. So now I'm going to start with the paragraph focus. So as I said before, you just write this focus here will be the exact thing that you write here. Just transfer it, and then the evidence explanation is the bulk of the paragraph, and then the judgment is just going to conclude what you've said. And this bit is really important, that it links back to your headline answer to the question, so that you're showing that you're able to stick to the topic throughout the entire question. I've just gotten up the PowerPoint that my teacher has sent about the content of the work on my phone, so I'm going to be looking at these notes on the PowerPoint and making notes for my essay plan. As it's an essay plan, it doesn't really matter that I'm looking at external resources, because this is literally going to be all the details that I know, and in the actual exam and when I'm writing an essay later on, I will actually refine the details. Notice how I'm using my pink pen for the introduction. One of the theories is suggesting, as I'm writing here in the opening paragraph, that mass media and the presentation of black culture in media causes stereotypes and glorification of violent crimes and gang lifestyles. So essentially I'm just going to go through this paragraph and use my different colour pens and collect different pieces of evidence and suggest why this is correct or why this could be challenged. So for my evidence, I then use a green pen. So if I was writing this on the computer, I'd probably write a little bit more about that and why they think that, the evidence they use, but obviously writing it by hand, so there's not a lot of space. And then I'm gonna just say a little thing at the bottom. So my criticism or my explanation of this is probably what I might write in a bit more detail. I'm going to essentially say how it's challenged in blue. This looks so ugly, but this is essentially what I've written for my first bulky paragraph. As I said, I didn't do paragraph 1 here because this in my scope is going to be the statistics paragraph, because the question asks for nature of, which means I have to explain the statistics and what's going on. So the conclusion is essentially just summarizing what you have said. So you're basically going to go through each paragraph and say, this is the conclusion of this paragraph, this is the conclusion of that paragraph, this is the one of that paragraph. Overall, this is the most important reason, and all these other theories are not as strong as this one. Done. That is your essay. My conclusion: as you're going along, you will be writing your judgment to each paragraph. So I've written mass media. What did I write? Mass media and stereotypes is the most valuable explanation for why ethnic minorities have a more hostile relationship with the criminal justice system and are overrepresented in crime statistics. When I'm making an essay plan, I put a lot of detail in the different colours that I'm using, and I make sure it's the same across all of my subjects and every single essay that I plan. So for my opening sentence, I will either have that in pink or purple. On my laptop, it's kind of like a mix of pink and purple, so when I'm writing it by hand, it's literally just whatever I have to hand. And then for my evidence, I will always have it in green, and then for my explanation, I will always have it in blue. For my judgments, I will always have it in red. I feel like I've been talking really fast, but I'm kind of trying to film this video before it gets too dark. Also, I just watched The Politician. If you watch it, comment down below. I actually love it so much, and now I'm just like really excited because politics is so interesting, and even though it's not national. Thank you, plane. Just gonna wait for this plane to pass. Okay, you done? You done? Okay, cool. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've liked this video, you want to go back to it and watch it again, so when you're writing another essay, then click the like button. If you want to share it with people who you know doing essay subjects, if you would like to see more videos from me, I post videos about academia, my lifestyle, and what else? Activism. Academia, lifestyle, and activism. Click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the little bell next to it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Bye!